ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यम् श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। द्वितीयमुण्डके द्वितीयखण्डः। अरूपं तत्सदक्षरं केन प्रकारेण विज्ञेयम् इति उच्यते।
अरूपं सदक्षरं केन प्रकारेण विज्ञेयम् इति उच्यते।
आविस्सन्निहितं गुहाचरं नाम महत्पदमत्रैतत्समर्पितम्। एजत्प्राणं निमिषच्च यदेतत् जानत सदसद्वरेण्यं परं
ज्ञानथ सदसद्वरेण्यं परम्
विज्ञानाद्यद्वरिष्ठं प्रजानाम्
विज्ञानाद्यद्वरिष्ठं प्रजानाम्
आभिः सन्निहितं भवति महत्पदं तत् महत्पदं नाम तत् आभिः सन्निहितं गुहाचरं भवति एजत् प्राणत् निमिषच्च भवति यत् एतत् अत्र समर्पितं सदसत् वरेण्यं वरिष्ठं प्रजानां विज्ञानात् परम् एतत् यूयं जानथ. You have seen the meaning. Avihi. Avihi means prakasham. Suprakasham Brahma. Suprakasham Brahma ityartaha avihi. Pashikara says prakasham iti. So the meaning is the Brahma which is self-effulgent, which is in the Hridi Guhacharam Nama Guhayam Charati. Hridi Guhayam Charati, which is the indweller of the Hridi heart. It is the Mahat Padam. It is the Mahat Padam. It is the Adharam, the greatest support of for what? Ejat, Pranat, Nimishat, the moving. Ejat is moving. Pranat, the breathing. Referring to all the beings. And Nimishat, that which blinks. So for everything, this Mahat Padam, this is this Brahma. And that Brahma is Guhacharan, Hridi, Guhayam Charati. So this Brahma is Sat, Asat. And it is Varenyam, it is to be chosen to know. That's Vitar Varenyam. Bargaha, that Bargaha is Avihi here. In the Gayatri Mantra, that's Vitar Varenyam Bargo Devasya Dhimahi. Bargaha is Avihi, Prakasha, shining. Tiyo yo naf prachodayat iti. In Gayatri Mantra also, that Savituhu, that is Saguna Brahma Upasana, or it can be even taken as Nirguna Brahma Dhyanam. That Savituhu, Varenyam, Tat Savituhu, Tat Savitur Varenyam, Tat Savituhu Bargaha Varenyam, that Brahma should be chosen to know. This cannot be stumbled upon by chance. One has to choose to know. How? Choose to study the Shastram, choose to go to the Guru Upasadanam and study the Shastram. One cannot by chance stumble upon this. So, Tat Savitahu Bargaha Varenyam. Varenyam is Varaniyam, should be chosen. You have got free will, therefore you have to choose. One has to choose. For choosing, you have to use your buddhi. Viveka is required, analysis, vichara is required. Tatsavituhu Varenyam Vargaha, that which Diyaha Asmakam Buddhayaha, may it, may the Lord, may that Brahma be Prachodayat, may it, that Brahma, the Lord, make the mind, make the Buddhi, may I make the Buddhi used, make the Buddhi to be used. Buddhi being that it has to be used, and it is to be used to choose, to be used to choose. Buddhi is there, but Buddhi to be used. That's called Prachodayat. Translation you will see, may the Buddhi be stimulated. What is stimulation? Stimulation is the Buddhi should do its job, because the Buddhi, the Dihi only differentiates the humans from the animals. May that Viveka Buddhi be stimulated, be awakened. That is Buddhi. I should have the capacity to use the Buddhi to choose that Brahma. Diyaha Diyoyona Prachodayat Tatsavituhu Varenyam Vargaha Devasya Dhimahi. It is Devasya is, it is not some Devata. Devasya is, it is self-shining. Divdat Devasya. I meditate on that. I meditate means Devasya Dhimahi. It is Vididhyasanam. First is choosing to know, that is Shravanam. Later it is Mananam. Then Dhimahi. Dhimahi is I meditate on that. I make this knowledge very firm. That's called Dhimahi. So those who study Vedanta, they understand the meaning of the Gayatri Mantra very well. For others, it is explained in a Sagunopasana way. In that manner, it is explained. As though this Pratyaksha Devata is Surya Bhagavan. So you meditate on the Surya iti Aditya. Savituhu. Savitru is Aditya. Savituhu Bhargaha, the shining, the Jyoti of the sun. What is the Jyoti of the sun? Is only a physical thing. That which is Jyotisham Jyotihi, Brahma, Adihi, Prakasham. That is Sannihitam. That one has to choose to know. So for that, Buddhi has to be intact. Buddhi has to be highly functional. That is called Prachodayat in the Gayatri Mantra. So it's a beautiful mantra, highly sacred and Vedanta it is. If one understands the Gayatri Mantra, what it really is, with the perspective of Vedanta, then one sees what it is. Anyway, that's the same here, Adihi, Prakasham. Prakasham. What is Prakasham? That is Brahma. So Prakasham Brahma. The Brahma, Sannigitam. Sannigitam closely associated. How it is closely associated? Sannigitam closely associated through the Vagadi Upadi. Through the Upadi, Jnanendra Karmendra Upadi. That is got closely associated. Closely associated with the Upadi. That is Indriya. It reflects in every Indriya. The function, every Indriya has got function, it does some job. So the Brahma Chaitanyam can be seen, can be recognized in every function of every sense organ. So in the sense organ, one can recognize this Brahma. Shrotrasya Shrotram, Manasaha Manaha, Chakshushaha chakshuhu, that which is the eye of the eyes, that which is the ear of the ear. It means that which makes the ear do the job of hearing. Without which ear, the golaka is not ear. It is just a physical piece, a gross piece. That because of which the eyes see, gets a capability of seeing, it becomes functional. That is called sannihitam. Beautiful word. And that sannihitam Brahma guhayam charati. It resides in its upalabdhi sthanam is hridaya guha, and it is magat padam. It is the greatest support. As clay is the support for the pot, similarly, this is the support for everything, for both the jada as well as chetana vastu. And that is with form, without form. May you know that. May you know that. Why? Because Prajanam Vijnanat Param. It is not easily comprehensible for the common people. That is why I said it is that is why the word Varenyam, it is that even in Gayatri Mantra. Varenyam, Varaniyam, Vrudhatu should be chosen. Vrunu. Achiketa says the three Vara. Vara is boon. Vrunu, choose. Vrine, Aham Vrine, I choose. So one has to choose for that buddhi. Has to be highly functional. The mantra meaning we have seen, and Bhashim also, first paragraph we have seen. So you can connect this mantra with the Gayatri mantra. Many words are similar. Varenyam is there, and Avigi, that is shine, self-effulgent, Bhargaha it is, and it is Param Vijnanat it Parishtam Prachanam iti. Therefore only Diyaha Prachodayat. May it awaken my buddhi. So may the buddhi, may the buddhi, may I get the grace of the Lord, so that I can use the buddhi to its fullest capacity and choose to know it and meditate on that. Dhimahi. We will read the first paragraph which we have seen. Avihi
Avihi
Prakasham.
Prakasham
Here, Avihi is a Nipata. We saw it is Prakasham. It is effulgent, shining. Not the physical shine. Physical shine is also because of this shine. Avihi means shining, Prakasha. Surya also shines, Chandra also shines, but there's a difference. Surya, Surya, Surya Prakasha is independent. Chandra Prakasha is not independent. So this is Swayam Prakasha. That is what Avigi. Swayam Prakasha Brahma. Swayam Prakasha Chaitanya. Swayam Prakasha Brahmatma Chaitanya. Avigi. Sannihitam.
Sannihitam
Agadi Upadibhihi.
Vagadi Upadibhihi
Chalati Brajati Iti.
Jalati Bhajati
Yantarat.
Shrutyantara
Dadin Upalabhamanavat Avabhasate.
Shabdadin Upalabhamanavat Avabhasate.
Nicely, Bhashikara put the Sannigitam closely associated with. It is, therefore, it is evident through the Upadi, like Vak, etc. The perception of sound, one has to see, one has to recognize Brahma. The perception of an object using the Chakshurendriya, one has to recognize this Brahma. It is Jwala, it is shines, Jwalati, Drajati. in every perception of the sense organ, karmendriya as well as jnanendriya. Upalabhamanavata avabhasate iti. Darshana, Shravana, Manana, Vijnanadi, Upadi Dharmaihi.
दर्शन श्रवण मनन
विज्ञानादि उपाधि कर्मैः
Avirbhutam Sat
आविर्भूतं सत्
Lakshyate
लक्ष्यते
Hridi Sarva Praninam.
हृदि
हृदि सर्वप्राणिनाम्.
So, Darshana, Shravana, all these are activities. Seeing, hearing, thinking, knowing. So, because of the function of this Upadhi function is seeing, hearing, etc. Upadhi dharma. Dharma is function, attributes, function. Avirbhutam sat lakshyate. Avirbhutam, that which manifests through the function, that which manifests of the sense organ, then it can be cognized. It can be cognized. What is Avirbhutam? This Brahma can be cognized. The Brahma Chaitanyam can be cognized as corresponding to the function, as a seer, hearer, thinker, etc. So, because of the Upadhi, as though this Saprakasham Brahma, as though have the Upadhi Dharma. It doesn't take any Dharma, but as though. So, and it manifests that Avirbhutam Sat Hridi. In the Hridi, Sarva Pranam Hridi, Avirbhutam Sat Lakshyate. Hridi, in the Hridaya Guha, in the Hridi of all the Jivas, it is recognized, it is cognized. It is cognized in the Hridi, in the heart, in the mind of all the Jivas. Being manifested in the Hridi, in the heart. Through the function of the sense organs, through the functioning of the sense organs, this Brahma, which is cognized, and that the Brahma which is cognized, and that one can recognize it. The Brahma which manifests through the Upadhi, and that Brahma one can cognize in the, one can understand, one can recognize that to be manifesting in the Hridaya Guha. That is the Artha, that is the meaning. Yadetat
यदेतत्
Avirbrahma
आविर्ब्रह्मा
ब्रह्मा
Sannihitam
सन्निहितं
सन्निहितं
Samyak Sthitam
सम्यक्
सम्यक् स्थितं
Hridi
हृदि
Tat
तत्
Kacharan Nama
गुहाचरं
नाम
Kayam Charati Iti
गुहायां चरति
गुहायां चरति इति
Darshana Shravanadi Prakaraihi
दर्शनश्रवणादिप्रकारैः
दर्शनादिप्रकारैः
Kacharamiti Prakhyatam
गुहाचरमिति
प्रख्यातम्
Yat Yetat Avihi Brahma, that this Brahma, that Yat which this Brahma which is, that is what the Yat Yetat. Yetat is this which is Avihi, effulgent, that Brahma which is Sannigitam, it is Samyak Sitam, well placed, where Hridi, Upalabdhisthanam is Hridi, Hridaya Guha. In that Brahma, Tat, referring to Yat, Tat Brahma, Gugacharan Nama, it has got the name Gugacharam. Another name of Brahma, Gugacharam. Why? Guhayam Charati, it moves in the Hridaya Guha. Supalabdhisthanam is Hridaya Guha. How do you say Darshana Shravanadi Prakaraihi? Guhacharam iti Prakhyatam. darshana, shravanadi, prakara, by the darshana, shravana, seeing, hearing, etc. In this manner, being in the art and manifesting through the sense organs. Its Uprabdhi Sthanam is Hridaya Guha. In the Hridaya Guha, all the Indriyas are connected to the Hridaya Guha. That is, Hridaya means mind. Indriyas can function when only mind is there. Only when backed up by the mind, only Indriyas can function. Backed up, if Indriya are not there, if mind not there, Indriyas cannot function. Therefore, as though it is moving in the Hridaya Guha, making the Indriyas functional. That is the idea. Therefore, it has got the name Guhacharam Brahma iti. Another name for Brahma is Guhacharam. Then this Guhacharam Nama Brahma, which is Avihi, Saprakasha Chaitanyam, it is Mahat
Mahat
Sarva Mahatvat.
Sarva Mahatvat.
Mahatvat.
Mahat is here Brahma, therefore Napumsakalika. Mahat. It is Sarva Mahatvat. Mahat is what? Big, limitless. The same meaning of the Brugi Vruddhav. Mahat, limitless. Mahat Padam, that which is limitless. And that is a Padam. Padam Padyate.
Padam padyate.
Padam padyate.
Sarvena iti.
Sarvena iti.
Sarva Padartha Aspadatvat.
Sarva padartha
Aspadatvat.
Ashikara says why the word Mahat is there. Because Mahatvat, Sarva Mahatvat. It is the Hetu. The Hetu, the cause for using the word Magat is because it is Sarva Magatvat, Sarvebhyaha Magat, Tasmat, Sarva Magatvat, Sarvebhyaha Magat. It is bigger than all. If it is bigger means how much bigger? All means all, everything, including space. Space is vast, expansive. Relative Magat it has got. It is because of even the space. One can't imagine. Why? Because Buddhi is limited. One cannot even imagine space. Really, one cannot know the space. One can understand space is big. Bigger than that is this Brahma. Not in terms of size, not a gross one. Even it is not a subtle one. It is Anoraniyan Magato Matiyan. Means it is the Adara, it is the Adhisthana, it is a Magat, it is the biggest support. That's why Padam, the word is Magat Padam, they goes put together. So Magat is Sarvebhyaha Magat, Tasmat, because of that, it is called Magat, Magatvat, and Padam, Padyate Gamyate iti Padam, Padyate, Sarvena, it is the Ashraya for everything, support of everything. Sarvena, Sarvaiki, of everything. Everything as its support in this Brahma, which is, that's why it's called Padam. Sarva Padartha. Padartha means objects. Objects are things, anything. Anything which is available for objectification, Padartha. Padartha Aspadatvat, again Hetu. Why it is called Padam? The Brahma, this Gugacharam Brahma is called Padam because Sarva Padarthanam Sarva Padartha Aspadatvat. Sarva Padartha Aspadatvat. It is the Adhishthanam of all the objects, things and beings. So, Sarva Padartha Aspadatvat. Sarva Padarthanam Aspadam. Sarva Padarthanam Aspadam. Shashti, yes. Shashti Tatpurusha Samasa. Tasmat Sarva Padartha Aspadatvat. Sarva Padartha Aspadatvam, having the status of being the Aspada, the support, Aspada, the base of everything, every Padartha. Padasya Arthaha Padarthaha, that which can be referred to by a word that is available for objectification. Padartha means objective or the object. So Sarva Padartha Aspadatva. It has a status of being the Aspada, the support, the base for everything. Tasmat. Tasmat, it is called Padam, and that Padam is Magat. Therefore, it is called Magat Padam. The up to that we saw. Then next Bhashyakara says, from that we will read. Katam tat Magat Padam ityuchyate.
कथं तत् महत्पदमित्युच्यते
Katam tat Magat Padam, how it is known by the name Mahat Padam. How is this Brahma, Vracharam Nama Brahma Mahat Padam? If we ask, but that is answered. Iti Uchyate. That Vashakara says, why it is Katam Tat Mahat Padam. How Brahma is the biggest Mahat Padam, biggest support, biggest abode, Ashraya for everything. How it is. That is being said. Yataha
यतः
Atra
अत्र
अत्र
Asmin Brahmani.
अस्मिन्
अस्मिन्
ब्रह्मणि
ब्रह्मणि
Atra, it is there in the mantra. Atra is equal to Asmin Brahmani, in this Brahma. Atra referring to Asmin Brahmani, in this Brahma. Etat
एतत्
एतत्
Sarvam Samarpitam.
सर्वं
सर्वं
समर्पितं
समर्पितं
Samarpitam is equal to Praveshitam.
प्रवेशितं
प्रवेशितं
Tanabho Iva Araha.
अथराभाविव
अराः भौ इव राः
Araha. It is, but the Upanishad itself is not going to come. This Ratanabhav Iva Ara. That metaphor will come later, but here Bhashyakara, before itself, he uses that. This Brahma is called Mahat Padam because Yataha Yasmat Karanat. Why that Yataha is the reason? Why it is called Mahat Padam? Yataha is Yasmat Karanat. What is that Karanam? Yasmat Karanat Tata Brahma Mahat Padam. What is that Karanam? Atra Asmin Brahmani. Because Atra in this Brahma, Etat is Ekavachana. But it is Etat Samarpita means this referring to this Etat, the mantra Etat, Nimeshata, everything is there. Etat, that is referring to that. All this. It is Etat is, that's why Bhashyakara says Sarvam. Not only one. Etat referring to this Jagat. Collectively it is seen as one. All the Vishaya, all the objects, all the Padartha. Etat. That is Sarvam, everything, this everything, these everything, these all, that is the mean, these all. Samarpitam is equal to Praveshitam. Samarpitam is offered. Samyat Arpitam, Hrudatu, Tapratyaya, Arpayati. Here it is, Arpanam is done in that Brahma. Everything is offered into that Brahma. That is the literal meaning. Brahmarpanam Brahma Hrihi. Brahmagno Brahmanahutam. Brahmaiva tena gantavyam. Brahma karma samadhina. Samarpitam. That Samarpitam. Bhashyakara says Praveshitam. That is, Praveshitam means that enter is one meaning. That is placed. That is supported. Everything is placed on this Brahma. So Samarpitam is everything is placed on this Brahma Praveshitam. How it is Praveshitam? Ashakara gives an example. Yatha Ratanabo iva araha. Ratanaba. Ratanabo. Nabi is center. Nabi. Ratasya Nabi, Ratanabi. What is the Ratanabi? That hub of the wheel, the center of the wheel. Araha is spokes. The wheel has got spokes. All the spokes are connected to the rim, but they are supported by the hub. Without the hub, how can the spokes support the wheel? The spokes are connected to the hub as well as to the rim of the wheel. And the rim of the wheel will be intact only when it is connected to the spokes. Only when it is connected to the hub. If hub is not there, then it's not a wheel. Wheel must have a hub. That is a base. That is the adhara. That is a support. As all the spokes are samarpitam, placed fixed to the hub of the wheel. Similarly, the center, the support, the base for everything is this Brahma. Ratanabhav iva araha atra asmin brahmani etat sarvam samarpitam. Everything is based on, supported by this Brahma. But this example you have to look at it as an example only. In this example, the hub as well as spokes are real. Both are real. But in the case of Brahma and everything is really not, everything is Brahma. There is nothing other than Brahma. Whereas in the example, the spokes are not the hub is not the spoke, they are different. They have got different degree, they are different in in terms of the object, they are different. In the Vyavahara, they are different. That is why they can be connected. But in the case of Brahma, we are talking about Brahma which is Paramarthika and everything which is Vyavaharika. Therefore, Vyavaharika, everything is Samarpitam unto Brahma means Vyavaharika is Nitya. But in the example, it is that the spoke and wheel, they are different. Not that spokes are Nitya. Hub is real. We cannot say like that. Both are Satyam in Vyavaharika. Both are different and Satyam. But that difference is there in the example. Therefore, one has to take the example, look at the example as an example only. Should not stretch too much. So this idea is only to show as the spokes are supported by the hub. Similarly, this Brahma is a support. Why this explanation is required is, he says support, base, adhara. Adhara means, base means what we think, there must be something above which must be supported by the base. So therefore, there are two things, that which is supported and that which supports. Adhara and Adeya. Two things are there. In the case of this example, Ratanabha is the Adhara and Adeya is Araha. Is it like that in Brahma and the Padartha? Brahma is Adhara, Padartha is Adeya. Are they two things? If they are two different things, then it is Dvaita. Adeya is not really Adeya, it is Brahma alone. Get resolved into this. That Adhara is a word. It's a word really, that it's a, from the standpoint of Adeya, we use the word Adhara, but there is no Adhara Adeya Veda. There is no supported support. What is there is only Brahma, we are saying. Then how can Brahma be the support? Because we see many things, different objects, different beings. Because we see the Jagat. Therefore, we have to say for this Jagat, Brahma is the Adhara. That is why that pot clay example is the best one. Clay is the Adhara and pot is Adeya. The clay supports the pot. How? Pot is not really there. What is there is only clay. Like that, Brahma alone is, everything is Namarupa. Therefore, Brahma is the Adhara. That Drishtanta is very clear. But here Bhashyakara gives Ratanabo Ivaraha, looking at the example as example only, not stretching too much. Whereas this, the possibility of wrong understanding is there. That is why this explanation I am giving. In the case of Gata example, Brith is the Adhara. Brith alone is, in spite of seeing the pot, what is there is only Brith, only clay. Because the pot is not substantial, its Namarupa is Mithya. So, only when you see pot as a different one from the clay, then only we have to talk about the Adhara Ade. But it is pot itself doesn't exist. It is only Mirth alone. Therefore, which is Adhara, which is Adeya? That is, Brahma also will not get the Adharatvam, the status of being the support. That also will not be there because everything being that. So, therefore, we have to understand properly. That is why in the Vedanta Sara class also, there, the Dhyana Shloka, which we have not seen completely, that word came Adharam. If you remember, Akandam Satchidanandam Avang Manasagocharam Atmanam Akila Adharam Ashige Bhishta Siddhaye. That Akila Adharam, that which is the Adhara. If you see the English translation, substratum, they give substratum. Substratum means that which is the Adhara, support, as though like a vessel. A vessel is there. In the vessel, you put all the objects in the vessel. So the vessel is the Adhara and objects are the Adeya, supported. That thinking may be possible. To avoid that only, we don't use the word substratum. Or because all these wrong thinkings are in the hair. That's why the Vedanta is not properly understood what it is. If you take Adhara, if you translate the word Adhara as a substratum, substratum is that it should be at the bottom, like the foundation of the building, and that supports the entire building. So foundation is one thing, and building is another thing. Two things are there. Is it like here in Brahma? Brahma is everything. So therefore, this Adhara Adheya relationship itself is Mithya. Everything is resolves into Brahma. That everything is supported by Brahma means everything is Brahma. That is what it is. Everything is Brahma. One has to see Brahma in everything, in individual as well as in total. In the functioning of the organs, indriyas of the individual, and in the total also. One has to see everything as Brahma. One has to see Brahma in Sharira Manasangata. Sharira Manasangata is Brahma. And that which makes the Sharira Manasangata alive, that is Brahma. Similarly, with regard to the objects and the whole Samashti Jagat, Brahma. In the Vyavahara, we do transaction. Therefore, there is as though Dvaitam. The Vyavahara Dvaitam is there. No doubt, Dvaitam is there. But the Dvaitam is real or not? That is the question. If it is real, then Shastram is Advaitam. Shastram is not required. The Dvaitam is the cause of samsara, therefore only the Tattvam Advaitam is taught. So, therefore, this being the teaching, therefore, what our experience in the Vyavahara, the same experience we should not carry to the understanding of Brahma. That is why the word substratum and all we don't use. Even the word base, even the word support, all these are problematic words only. Brahma is Satyam, that's all. Everything else is Mithya. So therefore, everything is Samarpitam, Praveshitam. We have to use, helplessly we have to use everything, the word everything. Everything means Brahma is there, and then other than Brahma is there. That is what we have to refer to everything. What is everything? Everything is Brahma alone. So, to resolve everything into Brahma cognitively, therefore, we have to use all these words. Adhara, Adeya, etc. But we can carefully use the words which can bring in wrong understanding. So therefore, here Ratanabho Iva Araha, it's a good example only. As all the spokes are connected to the wheel without all the spokes are connected to the hub. Without the hub, they cannot remain. Similarly, without Brahma, there will not be these things. Therefore, everything is dependent on Brahma. That is what it means. Brahma is independent. Swatantram, Brahma. Everything is Paratantram. Paratantram means what? Mithya. Paratantram is Mithya. Okay, next line. Ejat
एचत्
Shalat Pakshyadi
शलपक्ष्यादि
Pranat
Pranat
Praniti iti
Praniti
इति
Prana Panadimat Manushya.
Pranapa
Yeah, continue. Manushya Pashvadi
Manushya
मनुष्य
Pashvadi
पश्चादि
Nimishacha
निमिषच्च
Nimeshadi Kriyavat
Yanimeshadi
यन्निमेषादिक्रियावत्
Yacha
यच्च
Animishat Cha Shabdat
Shabdat
Samastam Yetat
Samastam
समस्तं
Yetat
येतत्
Atraiva Brahmani Samarpitam
Atraiva
अत्रैव
Brahmani
ब्रह्मणि
Samarpitam
समर्पितम्
Ejat Age Company. It is Chalat. Company is moving. Company is shaking, is a moving. Chalat. Ejat Chalat. Ejan Ejanto Ejantaha Chalan Chalanto Chalantaha. What? Pakshyadi, birds, etc. Etc. means everything. Birds, etc. Pakshyad. That which moves. Whatever moves, you can bring everything. Bashakadi is Pakshi Adi. Pashu Pakshi, everything you can bring. Ejat, that which are moving, say living beings. It is Chetana Vastuni. Then Pranat, Praniti, we have seen the Dhatu An with the Pra Upasarga. Praniti. Praniti, that which breathes. Pranapanadi, Pranapanadi Matu Pratyaya, which has Prana, Apana, Vyana, Udana, Samana, etc. All this Pancha Pranadayaha. So Pranat, why it is called Pranat? Because Praniti iti Prana Apadhanadi Mat Manushya Pashvadi, like Manushya, then animals, Pashu, they are Prana, Apana, all the Pancha pranaha, pranadimat, they have, asya asti, tasminate matu pratyaya. Pranadimat, manushya pashvadi, pakshadi covered, therefore pashvadi. Even pakshis also has got prana. Ashakara just gives this different examples. Then nimishat, winking, blinking. Nimishat is opening. So nimishat, animishat. Nimishat, when you say, you have to say animishat also. Opening, closing the eyes. Nimishatcha yat nimeshadi kriya, but nimishat is an activity. Nimishat is a kriya. So by that kriya, you can bring all the kriya. So nimishat is open. Animishat also you can bring. Why? Because nimishatcha, chakara, you can bring animishatcha. That's what Bhashakara says. Yatacha, animishatcha, shabdat. Nimishatcha, that is in the mantra. Nimishat cha. Chakarat, you can bring animishat also. That's called chakara. Animishat also you can bring in. Animishat cha. Chakara shabdat. Animishat. So winking, closing and opening the eyes, which are the kriya, the activities. So the beings, whether it is chetana or achetana, and which are doing, and that which do activities, all the things. What will do activity? Only pranis, beings, living beings. Therefore, nimishat, kriyavat. Kriyavat means that which has kriya. That which has kriya. Who have the activity. Activity in the, like winking, closing, opening the eyelids, etc. Everything. All this, samastam, everything, etat, all this, everything, etat, samastam etat means all this, sarvam etat, atra eva brahmani samarpitam, everything is supported by this Brahma. This Brahma is Satyam, which is without Brahma, this cannot be supported. That is what the meaning, that's why the word support is used. Support means that which is a support is independent of the supported. The supported is dependent. Support is independent. So if you look upon the supported as mithya, what is there is only the Brahma, which is without the status of being the support. Support you can say only when there are supported. So here we are seeing different things, different beings. They are supported, therefore it must have a support. What is that support? The Satya support is Brahma. Therefore, Brahmani Samarpitam. All the other the supported are Mithya. Mithya, all the Mithya supported, there is no word. I'm just saying Mithya because many are there. All the Mithya supported ones are supported by the Satya support. That is Brahma. That is the meaning. Then next. Etat
एतत्
yat aspadam
यत् आस्पदम्
आस्पदं
sarvam
सर्वं
सर्वं
janatha
जानथ
he shishyaha
जान
हे शिष्याः
जानथा हे शिष्याः
avagacchata
अवगच्छत
tadatmabhutam bhavata.
तदात्मभूतं
भूतं
भवताम्
भवताम्
So it is in Madhyama Purusha Bhagavacham Janata Avagachata. Therefore, you all, he shishyaha, O disciples, O students, he shishyaha, Janata. What? Etat Janata. What is etat? Yat aspadam. Yat aspadam. That which is aspadam. Yat Brahma aspadam sarvasya. That which is a support of all. Tat sarvam. When we say it has got the aspadam on this Brahma. Sarvam. supported, sarvam is supported, which has got aspadam in this Brahma. So etat sarvam aspadam. So yet aspadam, that which is a support of everything, sarvam janata, may you know, yeshishyaha. Janata is, it is janita. It is jnadatu, ninth gana. So, janati, janita, jananti, janasi, janita, janitha. It is chandasam, janatha. So, here in the sense of, it is laktakara, but here in the sense of lot lakara. May you know it. The sense of lot. So, lot arte lat. The sense of lot lakara is used. Avagachata, yeshishyaha, janata avagachata, yeshishyaha, avagachata. What? Tadatma bhutam, bhavatam tadatma bhutam. Tadatma bhutam. It is bhavatam for you all. It is in the form of very tadatma atma bhutam. It is in the form of atma. So that which is the support of everything is this atma. Bhavatam atma. Your atma. Your atma means you are that Brahma atma. That is the support of everything. That is the meaning. So tattvamasi. That which is the support of everything is bhavatam atma. It is your atma. It means you are not different from that. You are the support of everything. That is why Mayyeva Sakalam Jatam, Magi Sarvam Pratishtitam. That Magi Sarvam Pratishtitam, that is what Samarpitam, that is what Praveshitam. In the Kaivalya Upanishad, Mayyeva Sakalam Jatam, Magi Sarvam Pratishtitam. In me, everything is present, established. And that Pratishtitam only here, in this Upanishad, the word Samarpitam is used. Pratishtitam, Samarpitam, same. So therefore it is Bhavatam Tadatma Bhutam Avagachata. Etat Janata. As what? Bhavatam Tadatma Bhutam Avagachata. This Aspadam Brahma is Bhavatam Tadatma Bhutam. This Brahmatma is you. Iti